Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm in Nizhny Novgorod, which is a city not very far from Moscow. And in this video, I'll tell you about top things you can do here if you ever come to visit. Nizhny Novgorod was founded in 1221 by Prince Yuri. He wanted to protect the borders from nomadic tribes. Because of its great location, in the 19th century, the city became a business center of Russia. 60% of all imports came through Nizhny Novgorod. It even received an unofficial name, the Pocket of Russia. Nowadays, it remains an important economic, educational, and cultural center. Nizhny Novgorod is the sixth largest city in Russia, with a population of 1.2 million residents. In 2019, Nizhny Novgorod was recognized as the best city in Russia in terms of quality of life. I wanted to start my trip with the location I wanted to visit the most, the Kremlin of Nizhny Novgorod. Kremlins were built in Russia around cities to protect them from attacks from neighboring countries. Nizhny Novgorod back then was located on the eastern borders of Russia and served as a guard city. The first Kremlin was built from wood. In 1500, it was rebuilt from stone. There was a permanent garrison with soldiers and weapons. However, when Russia expanded its territories eastward, the city lost its strategic and militaristic importance. The Kremlin used to have many churches, but this St. Michael's Archangel Cathedral is the only one that survived. It was built in the middle of the 16th century. The cathedral contains the tomb of Kuzma Minin, the man who saved Russia from Polish invasion in 1610. Minin formed a new military in Nizhny Novgorod and was able to free Moscow from Polish occupation. This monument is dedicated to the founder of Nizhny Novgorod, Prince Yuri, and his spiritual guide. On the territory of Kremlin, there are many buildings that are currently in use. For instance, this is an arbitration court. The entrance to Kremlin is free, and I highly recommend visiting this monument of history. For dinner, I went at restaurant Batkin. I ordered zeltse with chicken, which is a meat jelly, and shi, a cabbage soup. For dessert, I ordered a set of samovar and pastries with different jams. Samovar is traditionally used to boil water for tea in Russia. My bill was 1,740 rubles, which is $23. This is my second day in Nizhny Novgorod, and I found an English-speaking tour guide. His name is Sergey, and today he'll tell us more about the city. Hi, Sergey.
Hi, everyone.
Please tell us about you. How long have you been a tour guide?
I'm a tour guide for 10 years.
Nice. Do you have a lot of foreign tourists?
I don't have a lot of foreign tourists.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Because I've seen several foreign people here in the city, although I've been here just a couple of days. Do you think there are many foreigners, but they just don't find you?
Yes, I see a lot of foreign tourists, but I wonder why them are not my clients.
Okay. So maybe after a little advertisement, you'll get more people.
Yes,
Alright.
I think.
Okay. Tell us about you in Nizhny Novgorod. How long have you been here?
I was born and raised here in Nizhny Novgorod.
Nice. All right, so let's start our tour.
Nizhny Novgorod was founded in 1221 on the 7 hills called Dyatlovy Gory and 3 rivers. The largest river in Europe, Volga, Oka River, and small Pochayna River. All ancient Russian cities were founded the same way, on hills, on a larger river for transportation, and on a small river for a water supply.
Sergey told me a very interesting story about this church just behind me. During Soviet time, a lot of churches were demolished in Nizhny Novgorod, and local people were trying to protect churches as much as they could. They were saving the churches by building high-rises, residential buildings next to them, so they don't stand out on a city's landscape. And you can see here 3 buildings that protect this church from the view of the local government and also from tourists who would walk down the Volga River.
Nizhny Novgorod has numerous historical buildings. Some of them are protected by government, some of them are private properties. Also, I am one of the activists who is trying to protect these buildings.
Another place that I wanted to visit is Pechersky Ascension Monastery. The monastery was founded in early 14th century by Saint Dionysius. He came to Nizhny Novgorod from Kiev, dug a cave and started praying. Later he founded a monastery at that site. In the 16th century it was destroyed by a landslide, but was rebuilt the same year, and that's what we see today. Even though I'm not a religious person, I like visiting churches because they give me a feeling of serenity. Today is my last day in Nizhny Novgorod, and for today I plan to visit Большая Покровskaya Street. It has lots of shops, restaurants, it has several museums. If I have time, I'll probably visit one. And also I overall wanted to share my experience here. It was very pleasant. It definitely exceeded my expectations. The city is very cozy and welcoming, and people here are really nice. Definitely visit if you have time, because Nizhny Novgorod is just 4 hours away from Moscow. So if you visit Russia and you are in Moscow, it's not going to take a lot of time for you to visit Nizhny Novgorod, and it's not going to be difficult. Yeah, and in the end of the video, if you want to know prices, I will share with you my expenses. Большая Покровskaya Street is the main street in the historical center of Nizhny Novgorod. There are many houses of noblemen and revenue houses. There are many gift shops on this street. I like these dolls in Russian traditional outfits and these funky slippers made of wool. This building is a branch of the Central Bank in the Russian Federation. It is built in Neo-Russian style to commemorate 300 years of the House of Romanov, which was a reigning dynasty in Russia. There are also many stands where artists sell handmade souvenirs. This one is my favorite, with cute parus birds. Before going home, I stopped to have a dessert at a restaurant, Park Kultury. I took a table outside on a terrace. I ordered myself a pot of tea and a lemon dessert. My check was 880 rubles, which is $12. And as I promised earlier in the video, I want to share with you my expenses from the 3-day trip. So, I use a course where $1 equals to 75 rubles. The prices kind of was going up and down, so I decided to kind of like find an average, which is I think 75 rubles. Okay, let me start with the hotel. I decided to save money on a hotel, and I picked something that was not expensive but still in the center of the city. So for 3 days I paid 9,600 rubles, which equals to 128 US dollars. Then to get to Nizhny Novgorod from Moscow, I used a train. I paid 7,315 rubles, which is $98. Now my food expenses. I did not save money on food at all. I was going to nice places, and I ended up spending 6,100 rubles, which is $82. I took 2 tour guides and I spent 5,800 rubles, which is $78. Next, I spent some money on taxi. I only had to take 2 rides from the train station. I used Yandex.Go, which is like Uber, and I spent $27 for these 2 trips. And finally, my other expenses, such as buying water, coffees, etc., I only spent $20 on those little expenses. So my total spending for 3 days is $433. Yeah, I think that if you are from wealthy country like US or Canada, it's a quite inexpensive trip. Let me know in the comments what do you think about the prices, and also let me know if you would want to visit Nizhny Novgorod. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe if you want to see more travel tips from me.